Wyoming, headed into Idaho on our way to Montana. So there's snow crusted or capped.
So as soon as we got into town, we went ahead and went to the Grizzly and Wolf Conservatory. It was really cool. There were eagles and owls and hawks and otters and bears. The wolves were all sleeping, so we didn't really get any good pictures of them. Ground squirrels.
Yeah.
They had some really cool displays, but I, of course, enjoy the otters. And the ground squirrels the most. The bear really didn't want to do anything except dig at the ground. Nothing wanted to eat while we were there, so still fun to look at. Really cool. Right down the street from our campground. We really got in and did that almost immediately.
Gotta dig up a smack.
That one's got some attitude. Okay, there were so many ravens all over West Yellowstone. They were perching on everything, and they were not scared. They were huge. I only really took pictures of this one because he was chirping at me. So for dinner, we went out to Hank's Chop Shop, had some wedges, and we had some elk burgers, which neither of us had had before. It was really delicious. Found some trails behind the RV park. We really didn't take many pictures here, sadly. We went straight out to Yellowstone the next morning. This is out in the Grand Prismatic Lake area. There's the river that runs right off of it. Lots and lots of geysers. That was the theme of Yellowstone for us, was hot, colorful water and geysers. It was amazing. The water was warm to the touch, at least at the edges. You can't really get close enough to touch the steaming water that's in some of the bowls. Lots of bison wandering everywhere, and we went out and got some coffee before we went out to watch Old Faithful. So Old Faithful erupts about every 90 minutes. So they post it right outside the visitor center so that you can know exactly when to go out and watch it. It's really cool. It has a bunch of small eruptions before it does its big eruption, and people wait for the time when it will go off, and they line up on benches right outside. There are some smaller geysers below it, but it's the one that blows the highest and the most, and those other ones are not as reliable. We both kind of got distracted at the end of Old Faithful because this chipmunk decided he was our friend, and he literally climbed into my lap.
Oh, it feels good to you.
Lots of snow as we wandered around Yellowstone to try to see things. It made the photography a little difficult. The buffalo absolutely did not care about snow and was busy eating, did not seem to mind at all. We were playing in the snow. The younger ones were having a good time. I did not catch photos of the babies, but it stopped snowing long enough that we could take some decent pictures of fields and fields of bison as we passed by. There were so many. They were everywhere at Yellowstone. No bears, no bobcats, no other creatures, just bison. All the time, bison everywhere you went. There were lots of different stopovers where we could pull off and walk up to different little rivers and streams and geyser lakes. You can see everything is kind of dead around the hot water. There'll be little gaps of trees growing in between, but there are also a lot of dead ones and ground without grass because of the heat all the time.
Camp day 16. We are at Yellowstone National Park. Where are we at, Becky?
Grand Prismatic Lake.
Did you hear that? Hopefully.
It's one of the most active in the world.
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly right.
And it's snowing.
And it's snowing, of course. Seems to snow everywhere we go now, every day.
It's a trend.
Grand Prismatic Lake was pretty cool. The different colors in the pools of water have to do with types of bacteria and algae that grow at different temperatures. So the different pools, you can kind of guess at the temperature based on the colors. But when we left, what happened?
We come to Montana.
It's snowing again.
A lot. Yellowstone wants me to know what it's like to be in the winter wonderland. So he's like right here. How cool is that? Part 2 a little further down. It's crazy that it looks like it's rock.
The pools maintain a temperature of about 158 degrees in the center, but then as it fans out over by the walkways, it feels kind of warm, like bath water. I had to reach down and touch. You know how I am, several points. I had to try it and see how it was. Honestly, it was so cold and snowy, I thought about somehow trying to take off my shoes and dip my feet in it because it was amazing. So this was out at Firehole Lake, which kind of looked like it was boiling in a lot of places. We walked the walkways, but we also kind of wandered out into the wilderness a little bit, saw a marmot, took some better pictures of view of the lake. It was just gorgeous. We stupidly did not take our bear spray with us, but did not come across anything except for that one marmot. But it was not as busy as a lot of the other places at Yellowstone, like the paint pots and the Grand Prismatic. The next morning we woke up and it wasn't snowing, but it was raining, so we went out to Gibbon Falls, which was kind of the opposite end of Yellowstone, and very pretty, up high, water coming off the mountain, lots of volcanic rock as you go down. You can sort of see that in the video. The girls mostly slept, and we are on our way to Glacier.